turn on my camera in a bit.
Okay, no worries.
How are you doing?
Uh, Busy, but I'm okay.
All right. Oh, what the heck? Hold on, just a moment. I'm just setting this up.
This meeting is
And
being recorded.
yeah, I record on my calls. And yeah, really the call, by the way, it's not like a coaching call. It's just really to see where you're currently at with your just like with business credit, what you're trying to do, and just pointing you in the right direction, right? So really that's why I'm hopping on today. The school group, how'd you find the school group?
I want to say Instagram.
You found it on Instagram. Was it like an advertisement you saw?
I believe it. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was Instagram though. It might have most likely been Instagram.
Okay, got it. And I guess what made you want to join the group once you like clicked on everything? Like, I guess what made you want to join?
So it was a lot of things that I was interested in that I've already pretty much like had knowledge on. So it just sparked my attention to see, what else is out there. And then I seen that you all had a lot of good reviews. So I
Hmm,
thought, it would be a good thing for me to just, see what's in there and what's to explore.
got it. Okay. Right. Well, again, my name is David. I'm located in Chandler, Arizona. That's where I'm from.
Hmm.
And what I really do is funding. I've been in funding and credit for 9 years now. And really all I'm doing is marketing more because I built my business off referrals, but because there's so many people coming out now with their own offers, it's not a big deal, right? But because there's so many of them, I'm
Hmm.
just adapting and changing how I'm doing things. That's all, right?
Hmm. And
Yeah,
you said
sorry.
just referrals in general.
Yeah, that's how I used to get all my clients was through referrals because I the way I learned how like the skill that I know is called like credit stacking. That's really what it's called. And
Yep.
that's how you get like 50 to $150,000 in 0% business credit cards, right?
Hmm.
And I learned that skill 9 years ago on when I was learning how to do personal funding, right? And at the time, that's all that we're really teaching was personal funding. That was like the main thing. And I'm
Hmm.
30, by the way, so I was 21 when I was learning, and now, yeah, now it's business cards.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So basically that's the funding method that you all use, which is credit stacking.
For the business cards, yeah, but I'm at a point now because I've been involved in the credit space for so long. I also know how to get business lines of credit, merchant cash advances, business term loans, SBA, and commercial, right? So I'm
Okay.
working with bigger products now as well.
Okay. Okay. That's definitely
Yeah.
yeah. That's definitely what I'm interested in.
Awesome. And basically the school group, the why I made it is because back in 2020 is when I started to learn about business credit and I started to hear about like net 30s, gas cards and Paydex, Dun& Bradstreet. Have you heard of it of any of that or
Yeah, Paydex, Guns and Bradstreet. Yes, I've heard of
yeah.
all of that.
Okay, got it. Perfect. So basically what I did everything they told me to do, which I read online. And the thing is the information was scattered everywhere as well. So it was a mix of watching YouTube videos, reading articles, and buying courses that I learned how to build the Paydex. And after about a year at the end of 2020, so like 21 was when I built the Paydex and I went to go and try and get funding and I wasn't able to get funded, right? And that's when I learned that your FICO score is still very important. And so really that's what the guide is for, is to let people know like how like really like what truly matters to get funding. But I also
Hmm.
still teach people how to get a Paydex score because I just centralized all the information, right? And I cut out all the fat. And
Hmm.
so I still teach people how to do a Paydex for free through the guide, but it's not needed for funding, right? And that I make it clear as well. And that's why I don't charge people. Like there's other consulting agencies that they're charging people like $2,000 to $3,000 to build the Paydex.
Hmm.
Um, and they're telling people that they're going to be able to get funded when it's just not true, right?
Yeah. So okay. So as Paydex, you're meaning like, what do you mean by the Paydex score that it can't help you get funded?
The Paydex score, basically what I mean by that is on the applications when you go say apply for SBA, business credit cards, term loans, lines of credit, really just about any loan product. They're not almost all lenders only ask for the EIN and your social security number, right? And they still require a personal guarantee.
Got you. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, so you said yeah, they'll still have to do PG. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that
So
I
yeah.
explain those things and I guess really like that's what my school is. It's just very direct, clear, and yeah, a lot of people don't like the answers sometimes because they again, there's just so much stuff out there and yeah, I'm kind of just showing people what it really is and they're not liking the answers, you know. So
Got you.
yeah. But anyways, in your case though, like that's basically what I do, what the school course is for. You mentioned you have a background, and then even your tag shows like visionary financial. Like what I was just wondering what your background is, like where you're from, and what kind of business you own.
So I was born and raised in Chicago.
Hmm.
Um, Currently live in the like south of Chicago. I have a basically I have a bachelor's degree from Knox College here in Illinois in integrative business and management with a concentration in accounting and finance.
Okay.
So I basically have been in business for about 2 years now as a financial and business consultant. And then I just started another company, a waste company in October. So that's like a bit of my background. I'm a head of operations for that, and then I'm working on some more stuff. So yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So really, my school course is primarily directed towards business owners, right? And it seems like you also do some sort of bit, like you said, you do business consulting as well. Like what type of consulting?
So basically I help them to properly set up their LLC, get
Mhm.
their EIN, build their business credit, get their DUNS number, I do the application form.
Mhm.
I help them, I used to help them do the BOIR, but that has been
Mhm.
discontinued. But I help them get like a virtual address, business phone, business email. I get them the best of the best
Mhm.
recommendations. And then I also help them to get like online presence. And so like any research and things like that
Oh,
that they need within their industry, I basically do that research, consult some of the experts on my team, and then, we basically give them a game plan to set them up for compliance and success.
got it. All right. And are you joining to in hopes to learn how to like basically fund businesses now? Like because funding, once I started to learn how to fund businesses specifically, it just it was really beneficial in my life, right? It was a game-changing thing. So is that what your plans are to learn how to fund?
Yeah, yeah, I have a big clientele of
Mhm.
basically clients, so in all different industries. So yeah, I'm just looking to be able to assist them and getting funds so that they can further their businesses and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I'm noticing as well the people that are joining, it's a mix of people. And I'm open to it, right? Because again, my goal at the end of the day is to educate people and really bring clarity to business credit and business funding, right?
Mhm.
And so it's business owners, real estate investors, and then on the other side is sometimes I get other people in the funding and credit space. And I've never coached someone else to do funding, right?
Mhm.
However, I don't, if you were to ask me, like, will you like teach me or show me or any of those things, at the end of the day, it's still like, yeah, I will be happy to show you. It's not a big deal, right? And the
Mhm.
reason why is, well, with funding specifically, it's just a really big market. We'll probably never have the same clients, probably ever. So, you know, um, and yeah, at least you'll learn from someone that knows how to do it. But even if you decide not to do it, like to learn from me directly though, like the premium plan still teaches you how to do the actual stacking itself, like my strategies, right? Have you done personal credit card stacking or credit card funding or personal funding?
So I've done a bit of personal funding, and I've
Hmm.
done some business funding as well.
Okay.
Um, so I did. I got a family member like 25,000 personal funding. I got
Mm,
somebody like a $5,000 credit card, but that was after I fixed their credit.
okay.
Um, and then I got somebody else like $40,000 in personal funding, 45,000 in personal funding.
Okay.
So I pretty yeah, I've done personal funding, and I did a bit of business funding.
Mhm.
So really just looking to expand.
Okay, got it. So then I like the fact that you have a base because when, yeah, again, I learned the personal funding side of things back in 20, like, well, it's going to be a decade now because yeah, I was 2016, right? That was the year. And it was just there's a lot of concepts that apply over into business, but then there's like a few little nuances. And then once you start looking at the bigger products as well, like say a line of credit, then it follows the same exact pattern as if it's like a business credit card, but then there's like two new things that you have to learn, right? And so my point is that like it's an easy transition because it all builds off one another. Um, yeah, but that's with the premium plan. The free plan, like you'll still see like how like the basics to credit stacking. It's just not the actual applied. It doesn't have like my bank call scripts, like how I call the banks to find products.
Hmm. So do you have any like VIP like banking relationships?
As far as like relationship managers, or
Yeah.
so on the business cards, I don't set up business relationship managers because the thing with what we do, the banks do know that we exist. By the way, like that there's consultants that get people funding, and they're
Hmm.
not against it at all, but they do basically look at like how we get people approved. And
Hmm.
so the BMR trick, from what I've been hearing from other people that are in the funding space, is that now when you apply through a BMR, your chances of, or a relationship manager, the chances of your application being flagged for, say, like financials or just further underwriting is higher because that's just like what everyone's been doing. So I'm just gonna be doing applications through the websites, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but and then it really depends though, because sometimes like if it really is like a client that has just say a different situation, they may be a little bit more affluent. In those cases, then yeah, I would put in the effort to go and find the relationship managers, right? Because there's just different levels to banking, and sometimes it is worth doing that extra legwork.
Gotcha. Okay. And then
Mhm.
like and then I just had a question about like the foundation because I know that, in order to PG you have to have a certain profile. It has to look a certain way.
Right.
So it's like the recommended I guess profile guidelines or requirements for someone that's going to PG on a business funded loan, like with your like funding program or something like that.
So this is the ideal funding requirements for business. And this is like, well, here, I'll just go through it. So generally minimum credit score is 700 plus,
Hmm.
2 years overall credit history minimum. Of course, the more age, the better.
Hmm.
Utilization is preferably to be less than 10%. However, I wouldn't go over more than 25%. And
Gotcha.
then, of course, no negative remarks such as late payments, collections, etc. At least five credit cards with five to $10,000 limits, an auto loan or another type of installment loan. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an auto, it can be a personal, right? But the point is you need an installment loan.
Hmm.
Must be all primary accounts, right? You can't have any authorized users. That trick only works on personal, but on business, authorized users don't affect funding. So they have to be primary accounts and then no more than two inquiries per report. And if there is one and you don't have time to remove the inquiry, then just make sure it's older than 6 months. As long as it's older than 6 months, you'll be fine.
Okay. But so the one thing I did see, so you said they have to have five credit cards. They have a limit of 5 to 10,000, correct?
Yeah, this is the ideal credit profile, right? Like there you can like if you get a profile that looks like that, the chances of you getting them funding are very high. I'm not saying you can't get people approved with thinner profiles. It's just that it's gonna probably be a lot harder,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Because I have a like I have a I helped the client get a startup loan for her
Mhm.
business. And so the thing was, I had literally just cleaned her profile. So she wasn't doing the necessary steps that she needed doing the profile cleaning to be able to like increase her age. So she wasn't able to qualify like for those type of funding and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's a little bit more stronger, maybe going directly to the bank and doing like the credit card stacking. So that's why I was asking because I know that there's like different things and stuff like that. And I know like the basically the thinner your profile is, the little to none, like you said, you'll get approved or even you'll get a lower amount. So,
Yeah,
because I,
exactly.
yeah,
And at least on business, that's why sometimes it's like better to wait versus because personal, like it's different. You can always try 30 days later, but business, it's a little bit different. You don't want to waste applications because at any point in time, like they can just re-verify like income, things like that. So you just want to you want to kind of have everything almost perfect or close to perfect. But that's the bare minimum. Of course, like I don't know if you want me to go over more about like the ideal credit profile or not, but yeah, that's how that looks like.
okay. Yeah, so it's basically so I kind of know a little bit about like the ideal credit profile. So what I have seen is that like you're pretty much the first to really stand on like having 700 plus, being able to have that history and things like that because you're actually the first person I've heard that said five business cards. Sorry, five credit cards with a limit of 5 to 10,000. So I
Yeah.
know, like about the utilization. I know not to have a whole bunch of inquiries. Um, I know, of course, they have like an LLC and have it properly structured and things of
Mhm.
that nature. So that's the I think that's like the only difference that I've seen that you like firm on the 700 and that you have those, that strict policy for like those credit cards. So,
No, yeah, and it's because then you can actually deliver on the promises, right? Like
hmm
the 50 to $150,000 0% offers, right? Like you'd be able to
hmm
do that. And then also, if your plans are to go ahead and offer this as a service, then of course you're going to want to have strong borrowers. Not saying that I don't like helping the weaker profiles. I'm just saying that from a business standpoint, right, it makes sense to do that. And then also like when you do that type of filtering, the ones that are a little bit harder to get approved, um, it makes setting the expectations easier as well because you can let them know like I'm letting you know right now that this is the profile, uh, but I'm making the exception to try to get you approved. So if you don't get like what I promised, just know that it's not because it doesn't work. It's just that we're kind of cutting corners here, right? And so
hmm
that yeah, that's why I said it the way I said it. But then it's also just the truth, right? Like it's backed by data. Like I have approvals where it was just like all the stronger profiles were able to get those amounts versus the weaker ones, it was just very difficult.
yes, yeah. I'm just thinking about a lot of my
Mhm.
um a lot of my clients and things of that nature.
Mhm.
And a lot of them literally just like kind of came out of the credit, the credit portion because their credit was like bad. So,
Mhm.
um, it's just having to keep telling them over and over again, like this is the stuff that you need to do. Some of them, are hard headed. Some of them actually do it. So that's just
Mhm.
having a diverse portfolio. That's how that looks.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Um, so yeah, I mean that's how that works and that's I do live Q&As by the way. Like I'm gonna do one tomorrow. I
Okay.
forgot to post it, but I want to do a live Q&A again. And then I have another idea for another webinar that's going to really be about that's the main issue is that everyone's pushing Paydex and again, that's why I get annoyed because I just don't think it's ethical to be pushing, like telling someone that to go and buy all these like get gas cars in their 30s, order all this stuff, and at the end of like 6 months to a year, you can go and get business funding when in reality, it's just based on your FICO. And again, I have the approvals to like back all this, like, right? So, but that's why I
Okay.
teach it free. And that's what the webinar is going to do, though, is just hit that main point that about PAYDEX.
Okay.
So,
Because I'm looking at the plans right now. So I'm seeing premium in the VIP one, but then I also see that for to unlock the business funding blueprint.
mhm.
Is that like the funding, like giving the funding sequences and like the information about funding, like how to get it, or how does that work, or what's the difference between them?
The premium. Oh, okay. Yeah, here. Because sometimes people just want to do a one-time payment, and it's like I just offer them a discount with the annual plan, right?
Hmm.
And plus, like with the premium, you'll be able to ask me questions and like still contact me through chat. I won't be able to hop on like support calls, right?
Hmm.
Um, and like that's the idea for VIP. Eventually, VIP it will be something like that because my main consulting offer where it's more hands-on. Sometimes yeah, sometimes people just can't seem to reach that. But again, these smaller plans like it'll still help them be able to get what they want to get, and I'll
Okay.
still make sure they get what they want.
Okay. Yeah, because I that's why I'm definitely interested in the funding program and learning more about it.
Hmm.
Um, and so that's why I was just trying to see, like, was there a difference between the plans, because I seen that one was to unlock the business funding blueprint, it's 897. But then it says you can also unlock with premium, and then it has the premium, which is 397 a year, and then the
Hmm.
VIP, which is like 1,000 a year. So I
Yeah,
was trying, yeah, what's the difference between all those three, or you know what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah, so that's just if you just buy it once, you only get the blue like basically the actual cost scripts. You get everything, right? But the premium, it still unlocks the business blueprint. It's just that I'm giving you a discount for unlocking it, and then also the option to message me with questions, right? Because
Okay.
again, if someone gets the premium plan, like and they're messaging me questions, it just shows me that they have a higher intention versus someone if they're just doing a one-time payment, right? Sometimes they just want to do a one-time payment and be left alone, right? So that's the only difference.
Well, I
And
know I'm big on ongoing education, so
mm,
I don't know, from this call, I definitely do think that this is something I want to pursue.
yeah.
So the premium you are stating does include the business funded blueprint, but we also get like that access to talk to you and get like guidance.
Yeah, you can contact me through chat. Yeah, exactly. And then the VIP.
Hmm.
That offer, I'm still figuring out how I'm gonna set that up,
Okay.
but I think that would be more like you'd get like maybe like two video calls or two, whatever you prefer. I prefer a video call so I can record it and give you the notes. But I'm
Hmm.
thinking something about like maybe like two video calls a month, right? And really, with the annual plan, like just a year of the consulting, you'd get it down pretty quickly, especially if you have a background in funding.
Okay. Okay. With the
Mhm.
premium. Okay. Okay. Well, that definitely does sound good. And you said that there's going to be a call tomorrow. I mean tonight.
What's today? Tuesday?
Yes.
I'm gonna set it up for Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm just figuring out what people want if they prefer Zoom or School, but I might just do Zoom again.
Yeah, because I've never even been on like a school call.
Yeah, I'll probably just do Zoom then. I'll just do Zoom again.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll be posting a notification in there about that.
Yeah, it'll be at the top and then in the calendar as well. In the calendar, you'll always see the actual event and then within that the link to the Zoom itself.
Okay.
Uh,
Make
yeah.
Okay, okay. I don't see the calendar right now, but okay, that's perfectly fine. I'll check back in tomorrow.
Mhm. Okay, perfect. Well, I don't know if you have other questions, anything like I can like help with or clarify for you.
Um, not at the moment. I don't have any questions. I'm honestly just probably going to join. My goal is to join by the end of this week to join the premium. So that's what I'm thinking right now. So I just wanted to see the call and stuff like that, see how like, the calls go and then yeah, be good to go. So yeah, I don't have any questions right now at the moment.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Well, if you, yeah, I think you have my cell phone. If not, you have my school. You can hit me up on school, and then the
Mhm.
text message that went out as well. Um, but yeah, I think you should have my number. But you can hit me up though if you need help with the school program, right? All
Okay.
right.
Okay, well, thank you. I do appreciate it. This has been a very informative call. And you answered all of my questions, so I don't have none at the moment. But I'll definitely let you know if I do have any questions, and then I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
No, absolutely. Thank you for hopping on. All right.
No problem. You have a good one.
You too.